Hello, can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. I think now you guys can hear me. So, sorry for the disturbance. So, what we are doing is I wanted to create one table called customer with following attributes: customer ID, customer name, and customer mobile. So, let's create this. And now I'm going to insert few customers to this table: customers, customer name, and customer mobile. And here I will add values. First customer, second customer, third customer, fourth customer, fifth customer. Okay, so these are my customer, and let's try to insert all row inserted successfully. Let's try to view it. So now this is my table I have. Now I want the first three character of customer name. So in that case, what you can do, you can use functions. Okay. So in SQL has given you certain functions that you can use. One such function is, let's say, I want to find out a length of a customer. So in this case, I can use function called length, and here I will write customer name. And now if I run it, now you can see this is giving me number of characters in the customer name. Okay, so length function can be used to find out the length of your string in your column. So here the column is customer name, and I want to find out the length of my customer's name. So I can use length like this. You can just simply use something like this also. So this will give you only the output, the length. But if you want to see along with your other columns, so you can use asterisk and then comma, name length, like this. Now I also want to find out the first three characters of the customer name. So for that you can use left, and here I will write customer name, comma 3. And now if I run it, so you will see here it is giving me three characters from the left. So why we are calling it left? Because it is giving you three characters from the left. So if this is the Saurabh, S is the leftmost character and three characters is SOU. Okay, so this is the number of characters that I want, and from the left side. In the same way you can use right also. If I use instead of 3, I can use 4 also. And now if I run it, you will see I have SOU, and here I have RABH, that is the 4 characters from the right. Okay, so this is going to give you the substring, a part of a string. It is not going to reverse you. Okay, so what I want the 3 characters from the left side and 4 characters from the right side of the customer name. So you can do that. Now let's say a lot of time when you give so in the last session we discussed about this online form, and here you see I have a student name. Okay, now a lot of time what people do, some student they give their name in full alphabet or caps letter, some in small, some in mix. So while storing it in the database, you should make it as a capital or as a lowercase. So in that case you have to use function called lower. So when you use lower, and here if I give customer name like this, and now if I run it, it is going to give me all the names in the lower case. And now I can use upper customer name, and now if I run it, you will see here I have, so now I have this column that contains the names in the uppercase. So a lot of time before storing the data, before doing the insert query, you have to apply these functions so that you can transform your data received. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am just converting my data, the customer name, into uppercase, and here I am converting it into the lowercase. And this is my left function that gives you the 3 characters, so whatever the number of characters you want from the left side, you have to specify it over here. So left will give you the number of characters from the left side, right will give you the number of characters from the right side. Okay, now let's try to insert one more. And now you see while student was filling the form, they gave some spaces. So if you see here in the Anil, I have around 4 spaces on the left side. In the Raj, I have some spaces on the right side, and in Suresh, I have some spaces on the left and the right side. Okay, so to clean this kind of data, you have to use some function called trim functions. Okay, so from here I want to trim the left spaces. So for that I can use L trim function, and here I will use customer name. And now if I run it, you will see that the left spaces are removed. And here I can use R trim customer name. So this, what this R trim will do, it will remove this space from the right side in the Raj. So now this space removed. And similarly I can use trim over here, trim customer name. And now if I run it here, so now you see, so what it did, it removed the left trims, right trims, and trim from the both side, basically the spaces from both side. So L trim will remove the spaces from the left side, R trim will remove the spaces from the right side, and trim will remove the spaces from both the side if exists, if there is any kind of space in the beginning or at the end of the customer name. So these are important function when you do data cleaning. Even in data science also these functions are very important, and all those functions are available in other programming languages also. Now let's say I will create one more column in this customer table, alter table customers, and I'm going to add insert date, and here I will make it as char, let's say 10, 12. And now I will insert date as 270920, and now if I run it, here and insert it, and now if I run this, or I will simply run customers, and now here you will see my date as something like this. Okay, I don't want my this date to be in this format, I want to change the format. So for that kind of case, you have a function called format, and in this function I can pass the column for which I want to change the format. So here the column is insert underscore date. Why? Because in this I have a date as 27092022. And what is this? It's a date. So I will write it as D here. And here in which format you want to change. So there are different format like English US. Okay. So let's try to convert it into the English US. Okay, I have to change the date. Okay, I'll just quickly drop this table. So here, while creating the insert date, I have to give it as date time. And now if I insert it, I will write it as get date. So now you see that this is the standard English US format in which the month comes first and then the day and then the year. So now you see, because I have changed the format, so my date was something like this by default when I created and inserted a date. So here you see I have inserted a date with get date function. So what this get date will give you, that get date will give you the today's date and time or current date and time. So this is my current date and time, and now I want to convert it into the English US. So for that I have used format function. In the format function I have to mention that I want date, and which format I want it in this format. So other formats that you want to try can be Norwegian result. So for that you can use something like this. And now if I run it, so like here you see I have dot dot. So this is a Norwegian. So we use NO for Norwegian. Similarly for Zulu, you have to use ZU. So this is a Zulu format where the that we usually that is the month, then day, and then the year. So all those formatting you can do by using the format function. In the format function you have to pass the date which you want to change, and the D for date, and the format that you want. So if I again want the English US, I can write EN-US. So like this you can convert. So this is also very important. Lot of time you find a date in your column in different formats, sometimes in this format, sometimes in month is coming first, sometimes the year is coming first, sometimes the day is coming first. So you, to make your data perfect, what you have to do, you have to update your data by using these format functions. Okay, now let's say I have a select start from customers, and now I want the reverse of my name. So in that case you can use reverse, and here you can specify the column that you want to reverse. So now you see my names got reversed. Okay, so you can run it over the column. If you just want it on particular string, that also you can do. So if I want to reverse Soumya, I can simply write like this also. So this will give me the reverse of my name. So you can apply it over the column or you can apply it over a string. So both are possible. Now another important function is substring. So if I have customer names like this, now I want a part of this customer name. So if you remember, if you use left and right, in that case it will give you the left and the part of the string, part of your customer name from either left or from the right. But let's say I want something from between. Okay, so in that case you have to use function substring. So from Saurabh I want RA or RAB. So in that case, I cannot use left or right. I have to use function called substring. So for that, I will write substring. And now you see here, I have to give from where you want to get your substring. So let's say from, so if I copy this here, I have S at one position, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if I want RAB, this I will specify customer name from 4, I want 3 characters. And now if I run it, and now you see I have got RAB. So from this position I want the next 3 characters. So I have to specify the column name from which you want to extract the substring or part of your string. So I will specify 4. So because I want R, and then AB. So that is the 3 characters from there. The thing to note over here in this SQL, it did not start from 0. In other programming languages we always consider the index from the 0, but here you see we have considered it from 1. Okay, So remember this. This is very important. I have seen in companies return test, they give it as a 0, and a lot of people make it wrong. So it starts from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I want RAB. So R starts from 4, and I want 3 characters from 4. So this is the index, and this is the number of characters that you want. So here you see it is giving me this. And now if it did not have a fourth, so here you see in RAM I do not have a fourth index, so that is why it is giving me it as a blank. Similarly with the Raj also. Now let's create one more column over here, and I am going to create the age column. And you see I am going to use here the tiny int. So what this tiny int will do, it can only store maximum value of 255. So for age kind of variable or age kind of column, I don't have to use integer, because the age will maximum goes to 120, like high max, like highest ever lived person will be of 120 around. So I don't have to use integer while creating the age. So now I will use. So now you see I have an age column also over here, and let's try to insert few ages. Hmm, and here I will use age as 26. So age got inserted. Let me insert. Now let's create one more table called, or we already have our column sales table, sales. Now in this table you will see that my price are like this. Okay, let me insert few more prices into the sales table. So insert into sales, product ID, QTY, price, discount, values, let's say 1 comma 1, and let's say price as 235.4 or 75, and discount as 10. And okay, so now you see I have a row over here with a price value of 235.75. Okay, but while actually when you go to the mall and do the shopping, and after the bill, if the bill comes something like this, they do the rounding. Okay, so now the rounding can be done to make the shop owners in profit. So what you can do, instead of giving it a bill of 235.75, you can use function called ceiling. So if I use function called ceiling, and if I write here price, and now if I run it, you will see that my price became 236. So instead of 235.75. Now I have 236, and if I ask them to pay 236 because of rounding kind of thing, now I have a benefit of 0.25 paisa over here. And consider it as a system where there is thousands of store across India and millions of customer buying products. You can imagine the kind of a profit they can have by just giving the bill of 236 in place of 235.75. So what this ceiling function does, it basically picks the integer value that is greater than the current number. So here you see 235.75, the just greater number is 236, so that is why it is considering 236. But lot of time you want to give only 235, just lower number than the current number. So the current decimal is 235.75. If you want the lower one, that is 235, so in that case you can use floor function. So if I use floor price, something like this, and if I use it, and now you see my price is 235. Okay, so depending upon your requirement, sometimes you have to use ceiling, sometimes you have to use floor. Okay, so one example of floor is that you want to do a reservation of seats. Okay, so one, I will do the refresh. Okay, so let's say in a bus you have 9 seats. Okay, and you want to reserve that 50% for male, 50% for female. Now in this case, if you divide it by 2, it will become 4.5, 4.5. And now if you use seal function, what will happen? This will give you 5, ceiling function, this will give you 5, this will also give you 5. But actual seats were 9, now your seats became 10. So in this case, you should not use the ceiling. But when you are doing the shopping or doing the billing kind of thing, there you can use the ceiling, because that will help the businesses to grow and collect more money. So here you have to apply floor function. Why? Because I can only reserve, right, like this. Okay. Now there's one more function called round. So if I use round, and now if I use price, and now if I run it, now here you see in the round you have to specify the number of decimal places for which you want to do round. So now you see I have 235.75, it is rounding it to 235.75 because I have given 2 decimal places. If I make it 1, and now let's see what happened. So now you see it has rounded it to 1 place, so now my value becomes 235.80. so it is basically rounding it to the number of decimal places you are going to provide. Now coming to our customer, let's say I have one crazy customer. And what she did, instead of giving the age, she gave it as minus 26. Okay, so it will not allow, tiny int will not allow this. Okay, no, we have to make it as integer. And now if I run this, I have age, and now I will insert this age. So now you can see here I have minus 6, 26, these ages I have. Okay, but can age be negative? No, age cannot be negative. So for that, while displaying, what you can do, you can use function called absolute function. So here if I write abs age, and now if I run it, and now you will see that my age is coming as positive 6. So a lot of time you just want the positive values, so in that case you can use function abs, that is the absolute function. So this is also very important. A lot of time you need to use absolute function. So if you have any doubt, just post it in the chat window. Now in SQL you have something called current timestamp. So what this current timestamp will do, it gives you the current date and time up to milliseconds. Okay, so here you see this is current timestamp. So this will give you the current time. So what you have to write, current underscore timestamp for doing that. Okay, now let's see, in this customer table I have these two dates. Okay, now in this, if I want, so in here you see the current year is 2022. I want to add few years to this. Okay, so for that you can use function called date add, and here you have to specify what you want to add. I want to add to year. How many years you want to add? Let's say I want to add 5 years, something like this. And here I will specify the column. So the column is insert underscore date. And now if I run it, so now you see my dates has year 2027. Why I have this 2027? Because I am trying to add years to it. How many years? 5 years. To which column you want to add? I want to add it to the insert underscore date column. So this date add basically adds a particular interval to the your given column or given date. So here the interval is year. I can add month also. So if you see here, I have 27/9/2022. Now let's add a month to it, and now you see the I have 2023 Feb 2023. So if you add 5 months to the September, you get the February of the next year, that is 2023 in our case. So you can add month, you can add day. If I add day over here, I will get October 2nd, right? So you can add day, you can add month, you can add year, you can add minutes, you can add seconds also in this. Even I can do, if I want, year, I can specify negative year also here. So if I specify negative, that now you see it is giving me date which is in 2017. Why? Because I have specified negative year. So a lot of time you want to add dates to certain column or certain dates. So in that case you can use date function, date add function. Now let's say you want to find out the difference between the two dates or year difference. So what this mean is, if I have something called 2018 09 29 and I have 2022 09 29, and I want to find out how many years of difference these two dates has. So now you see it has 4 years of difference. Why? Because here I have used 2022 and here I have used 2018. So it will give you the difference of year. Similarly, you can specify the difference of month. So it will give you the difference in months. So there is total 48 months difference over here. So you can give month, you can give day also. So 1461 days are there between these two dates. Now here you see, if you want a part of your date, you can use this function date part. So in this function, what you want from this date, you can specify over here. So let's say if I do select star from, and now you see I have this date as 27/9/22 and I want a year from it. So I am using date part from year, this, and I have specified year because I want the year from this date, and here I have specified the column in which I have these dates. So I have specified insert underscore date. So now this is giving me 2022 and here it is giving me 202. Here also you can specify month. This will give you months also. So I have a ninth, that is September, so that is why it is giving me ninth over here. Now a lot of time you want to check in your column whether a value is a numeric or not. So for that you can specify a function called is numeric, and here you can specify, let's say, age. And if I run this, you will see that it is giving me 1 1. That means these values are numeric values. And if I use customer name over here, and now you see it is giving me 0000 because this customer name is not numeric. If I give customer mobile over here, you will see it is giving me 11111. So lot of time you wanted to check whether my strings are having the numerical values or not, or my integers have a numerical values or not. So in that case you can use this function is numeric. So this is very very important. Another important function is QLS. So what this coalesce function do, if you have lot of null values, okay, so if you use coalesce function in those null values, it will return the first not null value. So here you see I have a null over here, I have a null over here, and then I have a not null over here, then again I have a null over here. Now when I use coalesce function over here, what will happen? It will give me the SORA, that is the not null value. Now what is the use of this coalesce function? Now let's say in this customer table, I will add few more columns. I will add first name, char, let's say 100, varchar. I have middle name, and I have last name. So a lot of softwares are designed and they ask names like this. And now let me do the select star. And now you see I have first name, middle name, last name. Let's try to insert few values to this newly created table. And now I will have first name, middle name, and last name. And here I will use K Suresh. And I don't have first name, I have a middle name as K, and I have Suresh over here. And I have one more person, Ram Kumar Sharma. And so here I have Ram as a first name, Kumar as a middle name, and Sharma as last name. And I have another name, Kumar. Now I have only first name, and one more day. And now let's try to view the data. So now you see here for this K Suresh, I don't have first name. For Ram Kumar Sharma, I have Ram Kumar Sharma. For Kumar, I don't have the middle name and the last name. And for K, I don't have first name and the last name. And you are designing an application where you have to give the name of the customer. Okay. So now I will use coalesce function, and here I will use, if you have a first name, give the first name. If you have a middle name, not the first name, then give the middle name. If you have the last name but not the first name and middle name, give me the last name. And if you don't have any name, just give me not available. And now let's try to run it. I will use star also here. And now you see here, I was not having the first name, middle name, last name for these rows, so it is giving me not available. And here I do not have I do not have first name, so it is not giving the first name, it is giving the middle name. Here I have the first name, so it is giving me the first name. Here I have the first name, so it is giving me the first name. Here I don't have a first name, but I have a middle name, so it is giving me the middle name. So the thing, this is very beautiful function. What it does, if you don't have value in a one column, it will give you the value from the another column, or you can say it will give you the first not null value. So in these, here, so first not null value is not available, so it is giving you not available. Here the first not available value, first not null value is k, so it is giving you k, like this. So you can use all these functions. They are very beautiful functions, and it helps you in doing the, so all whatever the function I am mentioning you, all these function I have used in my real projects that handles terabytes of data. So all these functions are very very important, whatever I have taught you today. Okay, now I'm ending the session over here, and now I am open for queries. Just post your queries in the chat window. So I'll take it up. Okay. How can we give name to a column name length? So here you see, now here I have a column name length. So I can give it like this. 1 to 21 formats are 103. I have not used date formats as of now, Venu. I will take it later. How to make it serial like ABC? Serial GR, what is this ABC? Please write your question correctly. The customer name will show serial as, okay. So to make it display in a order, you can use the order by customer name. So now it will show you alphabetically ordered. So now you see I have Anil, Suresh, Anil, Ajay, Deepak, like this. Okay. Because it has a, you have trim also because it has a space. And now you see, so now you see it is giving you Anil, Ajay, Deepak, Ella, all are in alphabetical order. So you can use order by for that. How to replace any value? You can use update commands, Ankit. So let's say if I want to change this Elia's name with Elia Johnson. So for that I can use update table name, that is customers. Set what you want to change. I want to change the customer name. What you want to change? I want it to be Elia Johnson. For which row you want to change? I want to change the row that has a customer ID 9. So I will write it where customer ID equals to 9. And now if I run this, and now if I do the select star from customers, and now you see in the line number 9 or customer ID 9, I have Elia Johnson. So that is how you can change the update the value. how can we get the Julian date from the date? So you can use the format ZU for Zulu. Similarly, for Julian, you can check it the format code. How can we have the first character of the first name and last name in capital? Okay, so there is thing called camel case. Mm, so thing called camel case. Okay, it's not recognizing the camel case. It is something. Okay, so I think it's capitalized. There is one function is there. I'm missing the name of it. It's camel case. Okay, so I'm forgetting the name of the function. It is something camel case or the capitalize or the title case. These are the two, three functions are there. Maybe I'll check it and let you know what exactly the function name is to do that. But there is this camel case can recall that it's camel case only in this. Okay, so I will check it and let you know about that. Replace function. Okay, replace, yes. So let's say you have this customer name and you want to replace RAB from the customer name with some other string. So you can use replace, and what you want to replace, uh, let's say so I want to replace RAB with, let's say, TTS customer name. Expression to be searched, search expression, replacement expression. Okay, so I will use customer name. So now you see, from this Saurabh, I am trying to replace RAB with TTX. So now you see I have SOU TTXH. So you can use replace if you want to change a particular string from your column name. So you can do that. So what you want to replace, you have to search over here, and from which value you want to replace, you have to put it over here in the replace function. Can we add data in our available row while we need to insert any other column? Just like today you have inserted many columns, but all previous rows have null. Can we add data in our available row while we need to insert any other column? Sorry, Sunit, I didn't get your question. Can you post it again? Can you explain the floor and ceiling again? So basically, Akshay, ceiling is basically the integer value just above your current value. So if the current value is 27.26, okay, so the integer value just above, so 26.75, I'll write it. So if I have something like 26.75, so an integer value just above this is going to be 27, an integer value just below this is going to be 26. Okay, so if you want from 26.75 to 27, you have to use ceiling function, and if you want to move from 26.75 to 26, you have to use floor function. So ceiling is going up, floor means going down. Yeah, Venu, there are so many functions I have not yet covered init cap. So in this free sessions, we cannot cover those functions and all of these things. So yes, I have covered only these many functions that I'm using in my projects. So there are so many functions, so we cannot cover it all. To make the first letter capital, there is capitalize, or the function upper. Yes, we have used the upper. Somewhere here we have used upper. Okay, let's use this upper. Customer name, So this will change your all your letters into the uppercase letters. Okay, so this is all I have for this is all I have for today. Tomorrow I'll cover uh, the SQL stored procedures. So Sunit, what you want to ask? Just we have add column age and all previous rows have null value in this column. Please explain. Can I add data in this column in previous rows? Yes, you can add it by updating it. Okay, you can use the um, update queries to update the previous values. Okay. Once you have created a row, then only how you will change the data of the you have to update your rows, right? That is the only way. Okay. Okay, Sunit. So any other question? So guys, these are all free session, so I'm not going to cover all the functions because otherwise it is going to take 3 4 sessions just to cover all functions of SQL. But what I have covered that are mostly used in projects. Okay, so this is it from my side for today. We will connect day after tomorrow. The next session is scheduled for day after tomorrow, that is on 29th, Thursday. Okay, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. You can post your comments if you like this session. Just post it in the chat window, also in the WhatsApp group, so that others can also join it, or those who have not attended or attended few sessions, then they are irregular, they can also join it. Okay, thank you guys, thank you so much for today's session. Okay, I'm ending it, signing off for today.